Hello everyone, I'm Amy Major, and tonight I'm going to make for you fruit salsa. So what we're going to do first is we are going to combine, I've already melted a tablespoon of butter. This is our 1 cup prep bowl. If you haven't seen it, comes in a set of 6, has measurements along the side, and it has its own little lid. Cute as can be, great for storing stuff in. We are going to mix half a tablespoon of sugar, and I have my Easy Read measuring spoons here, and they just snap together. So I'm going to reach over here and get half of a tablespoon of sugar, and then we are going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And I have our Korenji cinnamon, which has just come out with our holiday products. Every year it comes out about this time, and it goes away, they say till December 31st or while supplies last. So, this is really good stuff. I have heard somewhere at a party or at a show or something that it's the same kind of cinnamon that's used at Cinnabon. So, I always make sure to get a bottle or 2 every year. There's also the Cinnamon Plus. And for me, I've had to learn how to use the Cinnamon Plus, but I feel like it's almost like cinnamon with pumpkin pie spice already combined, or the spices that are in pumpkin pie spice. Plus it also has like a little bit of orange taste, like from dried orange peel or something. It's different. But I substituted in recipes that call for cinnamon and pumpkin pie spice is what I do. Okay, so here I have, these are the street taco size tortillas. Am I supposed to use the whole pack? 2 6-inch. Oh, okay. Well, just because I know my family, I'm going to double this a little bit and do 4. I may run out of my butter and stuff, but I didn't realize I wasn't using any more of that. So, let me move this out of the way. We are going to brush this cinnamon sugar stuff all over the top. That's what I was looking to see. Does it need to be on the bottom also? And we're actually going to use our air fryer tonight to make these are our chips to go into our fruit salsa. So this could be like an afternoon snack. It could be kind of like a dessert. I think this would be great for parties. Whatever you wanted to use it for. Well, that was perfect for 4 of those. So now at this point, I'm just going to stack these up. And we're going to cut these into wedges. Trying to see how big of the wedges. 12 wedges each. Okay. Alright. And at this point, we're going to move over here to the air fryer. We're going to put these on our air fryer trays. Normally, I will set another tray or something, or like either a little miniature or personal baking stone, or the modular grill pans, or something like that. And I don't really use this just by itself that much, but I'm going to tonight because I feel like this is something that you might want the air to circulate around these chips. I don't know how many of you are used to your air fryer or use an air fryer. Air fryers are wonderful. I tell you, they have really changed cooking. I think I use mine all the time. And I get asked a lot, which is my favorite appliance to use. Don't know if I have a favorite because I do interchange and use all of them, but the air fryer is right up there, guys. I use it a lot. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna end up unplugging my coffee maker. So I'm gonna plug the air fryer in, and it just comes right on. It's another thing that I think is so easy about it. Okay, and we're gonna put one tray on the bottom, one tray on the top. Now typically what will happen is sometimes whatever's on top will get a little browner than what's on the bottom. So when you set the time, you're gonna hear it beep halfway through. You wanna rotate those trays so that that don't happen. And let's see, so our cook time is 8 minutes. So I'm just gonna flip this over to air fry, press the button, and then my time is flashing up. I'm gonna dial that back to 8 and push the button again. Okay. I'm gonna wipe up some of this cinnamon sugar. Now, we're gonna move on to the rest. So if you were wondering, this was our prep board that I was using. Yeah, there's the prep and store, and then there's the prep board. And it comes with 2 containers like this. Has a little vent so you can vent your veggies or fruit, whichever they need. I'm never really sure about that. So I would have to look it up. But a lot of times, also these boards will come out, and there are grooves over here on the sides that they will fit in another side. You just sort of tilt them up, pull them out, and then you're gonna slide that in and then push it. So that way you could have one on one side and then one on the other side, depending on how your table or your layout of your kitchen is. Now mine was perfectly fine the way it was, so I'm gonna, okay. There we go. Pull it back out and put it back. And what a lot of people will do is they will use one of these, and that'll sort of be their trash bowl, and then they'll use another for actually putting their stuff in. I don't know if I'm going to do that at this moment. So what we're going to do to set up for the fruit salsa, we are going to use our electric twist and chop. So that is new to Pampered Chef. I'm going to plug it in, but I'm going to get back to it right after I prep our stuff here. So the recipe I'm using actually calls for cranberries. Haven't seen cranberries in the store. Well, you were anxious to get on out of there, weren't you? Haven't seen cranberries actually in the store just yet. So it also says you could substitute 5 large strawberries. So that one's not very large. I'm trying to get the biggest ones out of here. That one's not quite as red as I would like. That one's since I don't think those are overly large, I'm going to throw a 6th one in. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use my little colander. I'm going to put my strawberries in it, and I'm going to go over here to the sink and just rinse them off. Grab the paper towel. So this thing has your measurements on the side, and it also has the holes in it that you can rinse it really easily. Got my coated utility knife here. So what we're going to do in this recipe, it says to go ahead and cut the strawberries, thank you, I didn't get that out, into chunks. I'm going to go ahead and use my cup slicer, because it'll make quick and easy work of cutting it that way. And I have used that cup slicer before, guys, for cherry tomatoes. I've used it for other things too. I'm beeping. So if you're not familiar to the cup slicer, it has its little lid on the bottom, has its blades on the bottom that do the cutting. All you have to do, and you can do it either this way or this way. Sometimes I think it's easier to do it this way. They will stick in the bottom, but I'm going to show you a neat trick here in a minute. Anyone with small children really needs this. This is a great, this thing actually, there's part of it. When it first came out the other spring, it sold out like in 2 days. It was so popular. So we're going to push that down. When you put your lid back on, that pushes that back up in there. Also, if you have a small toddler, they could just walk around munching on strawberries all day. You can use it for grapes. You can use it for cherry tomatoes. I'm going to actually try using it for something else here in a minute. With our twist and chop, I'm going to go ahead and put it back together. I took it out, rinsed it out. So I'm going to dump that in. We're going to use 1 apple. This is our apple corer. You just center it around the stem, push down. It says to cut it in chunks. This is where I thought the cup slicer might come in handy. So I'm just going to peel my peeling off of there. And I think that's part of what would give this a little bit of a fall flavor is the apples and the cranberries. But since we're using strawberries, we're going to kind of have a little mix match. I wonder if you could use this with other fruits. I'm sure you probably could. You just want to make sure maybe the flavors don't kind of compete against each other. That one broke into its own little chunk there. Alright. This way. So that cut perfect little chunks there of apple. And from the sounds of things, our little snack chips are done. So we're just going to take those out and let them cool. They probably actually need a rack. couple of those got a little brown on top, but that's okay. So we are going to apple grapes. This just says half a cup of grapes. So these have already been washed, already been took off the vine. So I'm just going to use this for my measurement here. I find that things actually get ate a little better when I go ahead and prep them around my house. And that, okay, add strawberries and apple to the electric twister chop. See, my stuff stuck to the bottom, so there we go. There it went. And I'm going to just pop this on, and our lights come on here, so we know. This one is a start. If you put it on, it'll just run. We just need to pulse this. Oh, wow. It's big. And the thing about the blade, I don't know if you can see this really easily, but when it chops, it not only goes around, it goes up and down. That's so neat. Okay, so let's throw our, oh, we do have one there. Here we got with the other ones. With the grapes. Actually, you know what? I was not supposed to do that way. I am supposed to scrape that out into a bowl and then chop the grapes separate. So that might make the strawberries and apple a little too chopped. I'll do that this way. A few more of these grapes out. Three. So I'm just going to get my small mixing bowl here. Rake this out. This always, you put it slightly to the left and then push it to the center. Okay. Now we will pop our grapes in. I don't want to over chop those. And we're going to transfer these to our bowl. Man, this thing is quick. This is actually the first time I have used it. So I wanted to get it out and try it for y'all. But it's a powerful little gadget. Mixing anything else up in there? Nope. We're combining yogurt, sugar, and lemon juice and add to the fruit. I'm just going to put them in as, okay, so we need a half a cup of the Greek yogurt. And I think to save dishes, I'm going to use this one that I had the melted butter in. It'll just have a little butter and a little, does it look like about half a cup? Maybe a touch more. Then we have our lemon. We're going to put a tablespoon of sugar into this. So I'm going to get my other measuring spoon. Put that in. We are going to cut our lemon here. We're only going to use half of it. And I'm going to use my citrus press. Now, I don't know, you would think you would put your lemon down this way, but that's actually not the way you want to do it. You want to push it the other way. Wow, this is a big lemon. See if we can make him fit in here. And that way it squirts all the juice in. And it will turn this rind inside out normally. This one's so big, I don't know if it will. Okay. That's about all I'm going to get out of it. And then it calls for half a cup of chopped walnuts. Now, I didn't get that out. We're not a big walnut fan around here. We use pecans some. I could use that. There is a bag of walnuts over there. Do we want to add that in? Are they chopped or are they whole? I think actually, for our purposes tonight, I'm going to leave it out. But this is our fruit salsa, guys. And you're just going to dip your little chip in there and give it a try. Pretty good. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.